playing the theme song, Jamie.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
It's the show that nobody asked for, the only reason that we shower. If these ovaries could talk is live right now.
Oh,
Best song ever. Welcome to the show that nobody asked for. Robin just told me that she and her son crack each other's toes. What is that? I don't even. That's something I can't unhear.
I like cracking things, and I would run out of mine, so I would just take his little feet and then
Ooh.
All right, listen, Jamie, I didn't mean for everyone to hear that, so thank you for betraying my confidence.
Welcome. Hi, Rebecca. Tell us you're here. Say hi. We want to know you're here. We missed you this week because we weren't there Wednesday. Robin, did we forget to tell everybody we weren't going to be there Wednesday?
We told them in the live stream last Friday, but that was the extent of our telling.
Yeah. Well,
geez, we're in trouble with Rebecca.
Oops. Yeah, we forgot to. Sorry, guys. I had full disclosure. I had to have a colonoscopy. I was not in a state. I was not in the right. I couldn't do it. Hi, Mom.
And just for the record, I want to say that Jamie said we recorded, this is a little secret for the people in here. We recorded Michelle Buteau yesterday, which was so amazing. But Jamie went into extensive details about her colonoscopy and her butt and pooping yellow. So she's a loud nerve talking about me cracking toes.
I mean, you guys, colonoscopy is, tell Helen to call Rebecca. Helen, call Rebecca. She needs to talk to you. A colonoscopy is no joke. That's bananas.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that story again. So I'm moving you on to the first topic.
Oh my God.
We have a topic today because we have an amazing guest today. So very quick,
I love this, guys.
If you all want to comment in on this, I've been getting information from the schools. My one daughter is about to go into middle school and my son is staying in the elementary school, and they're talking about going back now. And I'm really interested if people are what they're going to do. Are they going to opt out? Are they going to send their kids back? It's looking like for me, they just said that my son's schedule is going to be Thursdays and Fridays in person. And my daughter, they're saying 2 or 3 days. And I haven't heard more.
What if they're not the same days? I
think that would be better because it would separate my kids. So only one kid would be home at one time, but I'm still on the fence if I'm going to send them. I just don't know. I don't know what the right thing is to do.
My daughter has the immune system of she rarely gets sick. I want to knock wood right now saying that, but we're going to send her. Yes, we're going to send her and see how it goes. But my son, my 2-year-old, he's already been hospitalized 3 times in his 2 years overnight.
Yeah.
He gets everything and it's always respiratory. So I don't want to take the chance. I don't think we're going to send him. We had him all signed up for this new school and everything. And I think we're going to pull him out. And,
Rebecca, to answer your question about case counts, I don't know the exact case counts, but what I know about New York, I've been looking at the testing positive versus the amount of tests versus testing positive, and the amount of tests is going up and the amount of positives is going down in New York. So that's trending, but it's the rest of the country is a hot frigging mess. So I just don't know.
I don't know. It's a mess. I don't know. And it's hard to say right now because it can all be so different in a month's time.
Yeah.
Seeing how it goes. So
I mean, we have 6 weeks to decide, I guess, around there, right? So I'm going to just kind of watch how things are changing and just that's my plan. It's not really a plan, but that's all I'm thinking.
And then, like you said earlier, Robin, you checked the news today and it got you in a mood. So it's really hard to even look at the news right now.
I know. I feel like I'm uneducated if I don't watch it. And then when I watch it, I'm just this is heartbreaking.
It's never ending. So anyway.
All right. But listen, fuck that noise. We've got something really awesome and positive to talk about. Our guest, hold on 1 second. I have to do 2 things at once. And let's see if I can do it.
You guys, this is so cool. You're going to
bring up the banner, and then 2. Okay, her name is Mijah Godfrey, and she is she is a former affordable housing developer, lawyer, and founder of Jambo Books. It could be Jambo or Jambo. I'm going to ask when she comes on. It's Jambo. Okay, Jambo, which means both hello and welcome in Swahili. It's a book subscription service for kids aged 0 to 13, and all the books feature lead characters who are children of color. So as you can imagine, we were we got to get her in here.
And here she is. Hi, Mischa.
Hello.
Welcome to this little show that nobody ever asked for, but we still do it.
It's true.
Thank you very much for having me on.
So we're super excited to have you on because you are doing something fantastic and amazing. And I think you need to tell everybody about what it is.
Wait. Before you do that, we just have to say that Mijah had a baby 1 week ago, her 3rd child. It was just like, sure, I'll do a live
show. Honestly, I did think it was going to be audio only. When I realized that had to be on screen, I was like, ah!
No.
So, forgive me, please.
You need to talk to your publicist. I'll tell you what, Tony.
No, you got that mommy glow going on. You look gorgeous.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Somewhere near you, I'm sure. So
yes, and we're just hoping she stays quiet for the next couple of minutes.
Moms, we get it.
So tell us about, is it Jambo or Jambo?
It's Jambo. And I also said Jambo for a long time until we were like, please, it's another language. Try to say it right. Okay.
Jambo Books. So tell us about how did this come about? Tell us about it.
Well, it actually came about because my oldest daughter, who's now 8, but she was around 2 at the time, was receiving a book subscription service from her father-in-law, but the books were really concentrated in like the 40s and the 50s. So while they're classics, they're very much of that time period. And I just started getting irked. I said, really? Like none of the characters are people of color? And one book in particular was about the Middle East. Like it's clearly taking place in the Middle East. Like there are minarets everywhere, and it's very clear. Or minarets everywhere, but every single character was white, and my head just exploded. And so I said, you know what? Like we need to find more books that aren't historical in nature, but just show children of color doing the things that all kids do, enjoying their lives, pets, grandparents, fighting dragons, refusing to go to bed, not wanting to brush their teeth, all those things that they do just so that they know that of course you're normal. You don't always have to be fighting. You don't always have to be struggling. You can just
don't always have to be like you don't have to be the voice of color, and it doesn't have to be stories about like they don't always have to center. And this is what happens, and it happens in the LGBTQ community too, with books about our folks. It doesn't have to focus on the fact that this is a child of color and they're living their lives as a child of color. Yeah. Or it doesn't have to focus
look how normal we are.
Right.
So important to have these everyday stories. Just
exactly right.
Show us that representation matters, and it matters so much for our babies. So it's just
exactly right.
So, but you went literally from "I'm so mad" to "I'll start a company." How'd that happen? You're a lawyer.
Well, it was I'm so mad, and then we were like hoping to find this company. We're like, Jambo Books must already be out there, so let's go find this service because I don't feel like looking for the books. But if somebody would just bring them to my house, I would certainly pay that person. And then, boop, there wasn't anyone out there. So there were book services, but it was really important to me that they cover all different kids from different backgrounds because, I moved from Kentucky to California when I was about 10 years old. And I remember getting to California and just Southern California and just being like, whoa, look at all these different people from all these different places. I got to figure out where your country even is on a map. Like, this is so awesome. Like, I loved it so much. And so I really wanted my children to be exposed to like children of all different backgrounds. And so it was really important to me that it wasn't just Black kids, that it was kids with like Middle Eastern backgrounds and Hispanic backgrounds and East Asia stuff. Everybody's in. So that's what we do. And I asked my friends if they would be interested in it, and they said, yeah, we'll subscribe, we'll see. So I was like, all right, let's just see. And it's really found a great audience. Like folks are really interested in doing it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I think especially during this time right now when everybody is trying to be more woke and, more,
And the libraries are closed.
yes. And,
By the way, you can see me shaking my head at Jamie's use of woke. I keep trying to get her to stop doing that.
I couldn't think of another term. I couldn't think of hashtag woke. I couldn't think of another term, but like during this time, it's everybody is really, really trying and doing their best to
Absolutely.
be enlightened on all of these issues. And I think that this is a perfect time for this. And you're going to get the hugest. I mean, this is going to go huge.
Yeah.
How we hope so.
How is the boxes? How are the boxes broken out? Like, do you subscribe by an age range, or how does it work?
Yeah, you subscribe by age range. We don't ask a lot of questions about your kids because we really hope that people will be open to their children trying new things, right? So, like if I were to fill out a form for my oldest, my 8-year-old, it would have to be like, she really likes unicorns, mermaids, and fairies. Yeah. Right?
That's my daughter.
Awesome. But I'm like, sweetheart, we have to look at other things. And so sometimes I like trick her into reading a Jambo book and she loves it. And I'm like, because your mama can curate, okay? Just give me a little credit, right? But so all we really want to know is the age range, like reading level, right? So we serve children from 0 to 13. And we break up the boxes 0 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 13. And then you can also get a mixed age box if you have children of multiple ages that you would like to serve in the same household.
Oh, that's a cool one.
So, and then with the 10 to 13-year-olds, I really love this because there are great books out there for the middle grade age now. And so what is, I don't expect the parents to read the whole novel, right, before their kid reads it. But I do want them to know what's in it. So we do these full parent summaries full of spoilers that tell you exactly what happens in the novel, that gives you some conversation starters, that tells you some topics you need to know, like there's divorce, there's death, there's some bullying, this is how it happens in the book. And then some related reading if kids are interested in reading more about a specific topic. And the companion to that fiction book usually is a nonfiction book that expands on a topic that was talked about in the novel. So the 10 to 13s are really fun to me.
I love that because my daughter's 11, and when she gets into like a little groove, then she wants more of the same. Like that happens all the time. But what I also love about that is my son is 9, and he's what we call in our house, we call him Loophole Littell, because he's always looking for the loophole to not do what he's supposed to do. So that little summary page, like if he's reading, because he has like a Kindle and he reads there, I will use those summaries to be like, well, what about that? Or I heard about that. And then I know he's reading and I can have conversations with him.
Exactly right.
But so that's such a wonderful, that's so thoughtful.
Yeah. It's really great. So how do you curate your books? Where do you find them? Are they easy to find? Do you have to like search and...
It's really hard to find the 0 to 2 books, honestly, because we send 3 0 to 2 books because they're smaller. They tend to be board books. So we send 3, and I tell you, it's getting difficult now to find board books that focus on children of color. I know. So authors, hello, I'll buy your books, please. But for the older ages, it's a little bit easier. I read a lot of lists. I'm all over the different publishers' websites, and they'll send me samples. I used to go to the library, just try to find the books anywhere, and then of course I have to read them before I send them. And my criteria is that it's got to star a child of color, and it's got to be a great story.
Yeah, that's when we talked to this other couple that had started a book subscription service that focused on LGBTQ families, but also children of color, just diversity, as much diversity as they can find. And they talk about being frustrated with, publishers don't necessarily categorize a book. Robin, explain for me, like what.
So it's exactly what you were talking about, and what Jamie was talking about earlier, about it doesn't have to be a book about teaching someone about being a person of color. It happens to be a character. But because the character is, let's say, a Black child, it isn't categorized as that type of book. And so then she was if you think about it from LGBTQ, like my friend is an author of this trilogy called Time Zero Trilogy, and there's 2 characters in it. It's YA. I'm going to tell you about it for your book service, but 2 characters, one's LGBTQ, one's trans in the later books, and it won't be categorized as trans. It's categorized as dystopian or LGBTQ. So it's difficult to find it. I would imagine that's a really hard process to navigate.
No, absolutely. And then you find a book and you love it, and maybe you set it to send in a few months. And then you contact the publisher and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a print." And you say, "Yes, but it was just published last year or in 2018." But a lot of the Own Voices books, in particularly, just slide right out of print so quickly, so easily. And, that's something else that we hope as we get bigger, we can help to turn around, because at least you'll know that there is a demand out there, that like one day we'll be able to order 1,000 of the same book, and perhaps you can bother to print it.
I think that's a big reason why these book subscription services are so great, because you're curating them, you're ordering big orders of them.
Right.
To show the demand.
Yeah, show the demand. And so if the more people who get into these subscription services, we're going to be more likely to get these books printed more and more and more and more.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
And also, as all the publishers shift over to print on demand, my limited understanding of publishing is that then they'll be much more likely to, if you come in with an order of 25, they'll ship. Because print on demand, as opposed to
absolutely right.
runs. But it's just, who knows how long we got to wait for that to happen now that we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Right. And that is one thing we've had to deal with, because there are fewer people working at the warehouses. So if I'm saying, well, can you expedite this? No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. My customers are like, "Where are my boxes?" Like, I know, I'm so sorry. So yes. But it's a lot of fun. And, one thing we started doing are these Jambo boxes. And I'm going to try to slide and show you one. That's one with the man and his son. And then there's another one, story time. And then at the bottom, it's rocket ship. Because we wanted to send these in like great, fun boxes, also with art that celebrates children of color just being children. So we just find artists all over the internet and license the art from them and decorate the boxes, and that's how they come to your door.
Oh, that's so nice, and it's special for the kids, so they get so excited to see this beautiful box. My daughter loves box.
There we go.
But also, like you're licensing the images from these artists. You're like giving artists work too. Like this is like 360. I love that.
Absolutely, and we're saying make more, please, make more art that highlights, kids of color being happy. And
I love it. I want to like blow up some of the art and put it on the walls. Do you give the info about the artists in the book?
Yes, we do. In the box, there's like a little sticker in each box that'll tell you. So the artist this month is thus and so, and here's their website if you want to find more of their work.
It's really great. You're covering all the bases.
We're trying.
And by the way, if anyone has any questions for Mijah, please put them in the comments, and we'll ask as we're chatting with her.
You guys generally ask better questions than us, so come on, bring them. But no, it's really wonderful, and I'm so excited for you with your 1-year-old. And you're
1 week old.
1 week old.
Well,
this mama.
Jamie had a really great idea about sending these book services as baby shower gifts.
I do now.
Yes, we get a lot of gifts.
So now I have a new one to send out to folks, which I'm very excited about.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's what I send for birthdays and for baby showers now. Books.
Yeah, birthdays too. That's a great idea. So like get on that because that's like I feel like that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's and everybody I've sent a book box to has been like, oh my God, this is amazing. I didn't ever think of this. Thank you so much. I'm gonna sign up. It's good.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, we get a lot of gift subscriptions, a lot of grandparents and aunts, particularly again during quarantine. They can't be with the kids, but they want to say, listen, I want you to read these books, and when we FaceTime, tell me about them, and when I call, I hear all about them, and so it gives people another way to connect with their kids who are not in the home.
Well, tell everybody where and how, like any other information about the service that they should know to get involved and to start. I mean, obviously to go out and just start buying your subscription immediately.
Immediately. Yes, our website is www.jambobooks.com. And you can go on there and start a gift subscription or a subscription for your own kids. It's pretty easy, but if you have any problems, you just shoot us an email at help@jambobooks.com, and we're happy to help you just as soon as possible.
Awesome.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was
thank you for having me on. And I will say, we do also include books that are LGBT friendly, of course, because again, kids of color live in all households. And so, we reflect all households, and the books aren't about being in an LGBT household.
Right.
They're about, Harriet's birthday, and her dads are just in the background setting up streamers, or, baby's first words, and, the parents are just around, but it's, it'll be two dads or two moms or whatever.
That's really great.
So everybody's in. We're all in.
That is everything.
Yeah, thanks for finding the books for us. That's the hard part. So thank you for doing the work to find the books, and all we have to do is subscribe. It's great.
That's right. You're very welcome. But thanks so much for having me on. It was so fun talking to you.
You
too. You too. All right, take care. Thank you.
Get back to that.
Oh, she's delightful.
You guys, go subscribe.
Oh my God. I seriously can't wait till somebody has a birthday or something so that we can start subscribing.
It really is the best. Those things out is the best. It feels good when you do it too.
Right? Because it's like I don't want to buy more plastics to put in the world that I'm just I'm giving you some
toys.
Yeah, that I look at the toys that are in my kids' room. They just sit there 9 times out of 10. It's all a waste. This is something good.
It's just crap. So much crap. I'm living amongst crap. I just have crap everywhere.
You just got so just crap. You would just basically turn into Helen.
That was Helen.
Just crap.
Stop. Helen, you need to just give me space because I'm turning into Helen. Stop, Helen.
Helen's at Jamie's house for the weekend.
I can't take it anymore. I gotta send her back.
No, I'm gonna when I go to answer the door, I'll be like, no habla inglés. All right, let's talk about our live stream schedule change.
Oh, yes. So we are in August, we are gonna go down to just one day a week. We're gonna be on Thursdays at 2, same time. Thanks, Tony. And we're gonna, we'll probably do happy hour, I'm thinking, because it's August.
I mean, right now I'm giving my liver a little break and I'm on the seltzer.
We did that.
Also, because I got on the scale recently and it wasn't pretty. So, but we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about Thursdays starting in August, 2 p.m. only. But also, if you miss a live stream, Jamie and I just figured out IGTV. So these will be posted on YouTube, but they will also be on IGTV if that's easier for you.
They're always in our Facebook too. You can always find them here.
I mean, we're once again, Jamie, we're posting it everywhere and nobody gives a crap.
People care. I have to say it's freezing in my house, and Robin's house is too hot.
And I'm always sweating. Okay. And lastly, you might have noticed today in social, we just went live with our BetterHelp discount, which is offering you 10% off your first month if you need a little BetterHelp.
BetterHelp is that online therapy service that helped Robin and I through a tough patch. You don't even have to do with your partner that you love.
Yeah.
It can be your work partner that you like sometimes.
Or it could just be you, like you're stuck with COVID and you feel like you're like, I don't know when this is all going to end and I'm watching too much news. Not that that sounds familiar for me at all, but anyway, it's the discount is on our page. It's betterhelp.com/ITOCT. And also just like you all know.
I'm saying that. Did you have a hard time saying ITOCT?
I did.
Right.
And then we also have our Mirror fertility tracker that's up on the discount page. Go there, do all that,
Do the thing. Do all the things.
Do all the things.
We will definitely be back on Wednesday, right? I think so. I don't have any colonoscopy scheduled, so.
And I'm not cracking any toes, so we will see you on Wednesday.
We are getting our house painted next week, so I don't know what that's going to be like. I might have painters
One can only hope, Jamie. I hope that because I want to see a guy in the background doing this.
I think you will.
Why are they talking about ovaries?
I know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be something. I'll tell you that, but we're going to do it.
Jamie, I'm giving us the hook. Eggs.
Okay, ovaries. Out.
Bye.